Going. Yeah, good to see you.
Just to finalize the CRM and
So the standard operating procedure and the let's see, CRM is customer relationship management. Okay. All right. Well, an interesting thing with that family, the two couples that are here, she said that her daughter had looked us up and told her where to go. Her daughter had been here on vacation or something, and that's customer feedback right there. That's it.
that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah. So they, I guess whatever it was, whatever experience her daughter had here, she was able to share it with her mom, who then shared it with her husband and her husband's friend, and her. So it ended up one person's good experience became four people's good experience, even though it took 2 or 3 years. So whenever the daughter came here 2 or 3 years ago, they finally came back. The one guy hadn't been here for 50 years, and his wife, it was the first time. So it's kind of a funny location because we're not dealing with customers that are going to be coming back very often.
Oh yeah, that's what you mentioned.
If he might not come back for another 50 years, but
Pass it on.
but he will tell somebody that this was a good place, and then they might come next year or in 2 years or something. So yeah, well, yeah, word of mouth is very important. I think integrating that customer knowledge with the staff and making part of that the operating procedure. I guess just being consistent, creating consistency in the kitchen. Once we know that the flavor is good and this is good up to this point, just maintaining that is kind of our main mission here, because the customer changes so much.
Right.
So we can add new sauces, we can do new items, but keeping the top sellers tasting that same quality throughout the years, I think is our most important purpose, to keep the word of mouth up, or to keep any kind of reviews, good reviews coming in. So long as like this person 2 years ago, they ate the shrimp or the teriyaki chicken, and they'll tell their daughter that it tasted just as good as 2 years ago. So I think for us, trying to keep that consistency is probably our number one priority. And how to keep the customers that expectation level, as well as keeping our employees making it the same quality each year, every day, day in and day out.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think it's a little more. It's a little different here than most restaurants because it's not a weekly customer. It's you guys you're staying here and you live here, but for the most part it's Waikiki, so it's just this turnover of people. We do 100 meals a day, and out of that 100, there's probably like 3 or 4 that are gonna come back again right away because they're traveling and they're going on to something else. I guess the question is, how do we get the word of mouth bigger? How do people hear about it more? Online advertising. A lot of the people that come to Hawaii, a lot of travelers now research before they go somewhere. And they have a list, which restaurant, what times, where they're staying, what they want to try. They're here for only a very short time, and they want to try and squeeze as much in as possible. So I think one of the things that this business has to focus on is pre-travel advertising, whatever that may be. I don't know what it is. It may be putting more search engine optimizations on words like Waikiki late night food, or something that when people know
hashtags.
Hashtags. And a lot of people, they come in late, even if you don't fly in that late. If you arrive at 8 o'clock at night, you arrive at 8, you pick up your luggage, it's 8:30, you get your taxi, you get to Waikiki, it's 9, you check in, put your luggage away, 9:30 and nothing's open.
Nothing is open.
And so you don't think it's that late. You're like, oh, 8 o'clock arrival, we'll find some food, but why, everything's shut and there's only McDonald's or Sam's Kitchen. So maybe advertising on the airplanes is a good move for us. Maybe we should put a small advertisement in the magazine. I don't know how many people actually open up the magazines. I'm sure people traveling are curious about their location, where they're going, so they might read anything they have, or at least have the QR code. I think our thing right now is QR code everywhere. QR code on the menu, QR code in advertising. If we do a TV commercial, have the QR code there. So anywhere that they
Something
can,
easier.
something that they link to us, and then they're connected, and they can always go back and think about it or order later. But yeah, those I think are my two attack locations: is pre-travel advertising and easy access online for customers. Yeah. Sorry to keep you guys waiting earlier today, man.
No. We know that there is a festival happening, and
Yeah.
if at all we have told you before that you shouldn't travel to this flight or
Yeah,
something,
well,
then it could have been easy.
I know. I just